My name is Vincent, and I will be serving as the Executive Director for THON 2024.
So what inspired you to get a part of THON?
So I got involved in THON my first year at Penn State. I didn't really know what THON was, to be completely transparent. We did not have a mini THON in our high school. I'm from Downingtown, and we do have a dance marathon at another high school in our district, but it doesn't benefit Four Dimes. It benefits a different organization. So I kind of like was aware of what like dance marathons were, but kind of beyond that, I didn't really have a whole lot of involvement in that. So I got involved freshman year. I had a couple friends who had siblings that went to Penn State and were involved in THON. So your first year at school, you're looking at trying to get involved in some different things and find other organizations that you can meet new people in and things like that. So they recommended that I get involved in THON, and I took the opportunity to look at some different committees and different opportunities that I can get involved in. And I'll never forget, I got involved as a donor and alumni relations committee member. And I thought it was really awesome that THON had a whole committee dedicated to our alumni relations. I didn't exactly know what THON was at this point, but I did see that I thought it was pretty interesting that there was a whole committee dedicated to keeping people involved after they had left school. So I kind of figured there was something pretty cool about THON, that all these people kept coming back and kept contributing after they had left Penn State, the Penn State system as students. So I got involved my first year as a committee member in donor alumni relations, and I specifically got involved in that side of the organization. I just remember thinking it was so amazing that there were so many people dedicated to continuing to give back, and then we had a whole committee facilitating that. So honestly, very excited that I got involved, and obviously very thankful that I did. But it was a little bit more just some encouragement from a couple of friends to get involved early on until I really learned about the mission. I think that's where my dedication and passion to the organization really started to change. But right off the bat, it wasn't. It was just kind of getting involved my first year and then having an opportunity to get involved in an organization on campus.
Can you tell me about THON?
I can tell you about THON, yeah. So THON is a student-run philanthropy at Penn State. It is the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, and it is a year-long effort. We have a lot of different events throughout the year, and then we fundraise all year long as well. And our efforts support the families. So we support families that are battling childhood cancer that are being treated at Penn State Health in Hershey, Penn State Health Children's Hospital. And we've supported about 4,800 families since the first THON, which was THON started in 1973, and we paired with our sole beneficiary, Four Diamonds, in 1977. And the money that we raise all year long, all of our money, our sole beneficiary, goes to Four Diamonds. And then the money that we raise is used to not only fund cancer research in the Penn State system, but it also ensures that any children that are being treated for cancer at the Penn State Hospital in Hershey, they will never see a medical bill for as long as they're being treated. They will never have to pay for a hospital room. They will never pay for any treatments, any sort of a medical care, as well as any medications or any sort of treatments that they may need after their time in active treatment. They will never see a bill for any of that. Anything that insurance doesn't cover will be covered by Four Diamonds. So our mission is broken into two major components. It's the emotional support and the financial support. The financial support is that our families will never see a medical bill for as long as they're being treated, and then after treatment, they can really focus on supporting their child and focusing on that fight. As we've seen, a childhood cancer diagnosis obviously affects the child, it affects the parents, but also affects the entire family. And it really, really is a life-changing diagnosis, really turns their world upside down in so many unfortunate ways. So the one side of our mission is to make sure that the financial component is covered, so they don't have to worry about, choosing between getting groceries and putting groceries on the table versus trying to pay for a new treatment for their child. They can focus on fighting alongside their child and being in the best position to do so from the financial perspective. And then the other side of our mission is providing emotional support. So that is just giving these children and their families the opportunity to enjoy being involved in THON and enjoy being a part of an organization that is so vast as it is. So we have events all year long where we encourage our families to come and join us in State College, or just to have some good times and really, really have the opportunity to enjoy being a part of this organization. So we have a 5K during the year. It's our largest pre-THON event that takes place in October. Last year we had over 3,200 runners. That's a pretty big event. Yeah. We have a 100-day celebration where we celebrate 100 days until THON weekend, which usually falls around beginning to middle of November. We have a family carnival in December where families come up and they're able to play different games with a lot of the organizations on campus that come and put together little carnival booths for them. We also have a really strong relationship with Penn State Athletics. So we have a Thon football game, a Thon men's and women's basketball games, Thon wrestling. We have Thon soccer games. We have a Thon Spikes game with the State College Spikes. We have all these different games where we're able to get tickets for our families. So working through our partnership with athletics, get them the opportunity to come to these games for free, and they get to a lot of times have some pretty cool experiences, whether that's getting to meet the team before or after the game. For the Thon football game, they get to do a stadium. They get to walk in with the team and do a stadium walk around, and then they have the opportunity to come down on the field when we're down on the field during halftime. So they get some really really awesome experiences as well, and just like a nice benefit of really being a part of Thon and really getting the opportunity to enjoy some of those different things that Thon brings. And I think ultimately our efforts do culminate in a 46-hour dance marathon in February. So that is a no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon. And it is truly one of the most amazing things that I think that I've ever seen. We have over 700 members of the Penn State student body that dance throughout the weekend, as well as a few alumni. And dancing is that you're up for 46 hours, not sitting down. And so basically just it is a culmination of our efforts. And a big focus of that weekend is a big thing that we say is just give these children the opportunity to be kids and to enjoy growing up. And it's something that a cancer diagnosis tries to take away from them. And all of our events throughout the year really try to just give them an opportunity to just have a positive experience and to enjoy being a child. And I think Thon Weekend is like the culmination, like the epitome of that. It is such an amazing weekend. We have families coming in and out all weekend long. There's games, there's music. It is really, really tough to put into words until you experience it. But it's, over 16,000 Penn State students from all different backgrounds who are involved in all different things and all different stages of their lives at Penn State. They come together. We fill the Bryce Jordan Center, and we celebrate. We celebrate our efforts, and we celebrate what we've done for the year. With the mindset knowing that our fight isn't done yet, and we know that we will be back for until the day that we don't have to have Thon anymore. We know that we will be back. We will be continuing to further that effort. But every year it is the culmination of our efforts, and we do our total reveal at the end of the weekend, and we see how much money we are able to put to Four Diamonds to support our families financially. So those are kind of the two sides of the mission. I think there are times where they do intersect, like Thon Weekend. Obviously, we are able to push a lot of fundraising and get the opportunity to really raise some funds to support our families, but also the ultimate mission of Thon Weekend, where we want to support our families and give them the opportunity to just have fun for a weekend and just really forget about a lot of the other things that they have going on and just have a really, really awesome time. It is such an amazing weekend. And then all year long, we have different fundraising initiatives and fundraising campaigns, but we also have so many pre-Thon events where we want to invite our families to come and join us, or if they're paired with organizations on campus, which is a whole other thing that I can talk about. These organizations will go and visit their families and support them at Little League baseball games, or they'll come and celebrate their birthdays, or just send them care packages, or their families might come up for a weekend and they'll just get the opportunity to hang out with some of those members as well. And it's really cool for a young kid to be the center of attention with a bunch of college kids around them. They just want to hang out with them and get to know them and stuff. So it's the little things like that that I think make Thon really, really unique, but also make our mission something that I'm very proud to be a part of, and something that I'm very passionate about continuing to further, because I think in all of those different aspects that we work emotionally and financially, we're able to really support our families and everything they're going through. Obviously, a very, very devastating diagnosis, but one that we really work to provide some support in a lot of different walks of their life.
So as a executive director for Thon 2024, how does it feel to continue the legacy since 1973?
Mm-hmm. It is a true honor. There have been, Thon is a student-run philanthropy, which means we have an unprecedented turnover rate. Our leadership changes every year. We have thousands of volunteers that graduate every year, and then we bring thousands more in. The success of Thon, I think, is attributed to just passionate volunteers that come in every single year and they want to continue to further this mission. It could be people but people with a background like myself that might not have known exactly what Thon was, but once they got here, they really realized that it's such an amazing opportunity and such a great organization to be involved in. We also have a lot of volunteers that come in that were involved in mini Thon in high school, and they had that experience. And a big reason they came to Penn State was to continue to be involved in Thon. And we also have people that unfortunately might have a personal connection to childhood cancer or cancer in their family. And you hear a lot about people who, you're coming to school, you're coming to college for 4 years, you're going to study and do everything that college students do. But while you're here, you want to also have a big impact on people that are fighting such a horrible diagnosis. So we have people from all different backgrounds that come and support Thon and come to further Thon. But at the end of the day, we have such a high turnover rate. And for the last 50 years, we have just had people come through that really, really care about this organization and really want to see it continue to grow. And then we have, like I mentioned before, we have all of our alumni and all of the people that have come through and continue to support us after it. So it is obviously such an important part to the Penn State community, but even bigger than that is very, very important to the families that we support and to furthering childhood cancer research and everything like that. So it truly is an honor. It's something that when I first got involved, I had, no idea if this would ever be a reality. It's not something that I was thinking about by any means. But now that I'm in this position, I'm very, very excited to continue to have that opportunity to further our efforts and to continue to inspire that next generation of Thon volunteers and to continue to further our efforts so that we can continue to support our families. And I'm very, very honored. I'm obviously very, very excited. And I'm really, really looking forward to the year ahead.